Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots.
So, hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very short video and we're talking about Rich Locks again. There are two things I want to show you. First one is his reaction to Peter's hospital visit, and the second one is a remark he did in one of his last videos about Peter Mon, and that is about Sam here by the tea. So let me introduce the first one to you. Peter has gone to the hospital last week because he has a kidney stone and it hurts really, really bad. And actually, I'm feeling very sorry for him. I might be critical of him, but I do not wish him any harm. So I hope the kidney stone will pass very soon and he is no longer in pain. Here's a clip.
So anyway, so she comes in and she's like leaning up against the wall and she's like, so you're passing a kidney stone. Or no, I said, am I going to have surgery? I started crying. And she said, no, you're passing a kidney stone. And I said, okay. And she said, I can never remember what it is. I said it to my dad. My dad was like, 3 millimeters or whatever. He goes, that's a pretty large stone. And so, but apparently if it's less than 5, you have to pass it on your own. They don't do, like, there's like laser. The camera stopped. Am I really at 30 minutes already? So she was like, she was going to call me in something that, like, help opens your, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, your ureter to help it, like, pass easier, which is called Flomax. And then she was like, and I'm going to call you in naproxen. And she's like, you can take that, like, when the pain hits.
And then this is Rich Locks his reaction.
Well, Peter Mon went to the hospital. So sad, you guys. So Peter Mon, like I said, I have him blocked on everything. So I've gotten hundreds of messages of people letting me know that he went to the hospital. And then they were like, they ended it with, well, I don't really know if he even went to the hospital because there was no videos or receipts or he didn't post there. And I thought to myself, well, I'm pretty sure he did go to the hospital. But I do find it interesting that, this is just me speaking at this point, I do find it interesting that some people, when they do go to the hospital, they'll say things like, like they went, but then there's no like videos, there's no proof, there's no little wristband photos. People take wristband photos and then everyone's like, oh my God, I hope you're okay. Like, we didn't see any of that. I'm going to get ready.
That was Rich Locks questioning if Peter has gone to the hospital or not. I personally think he has gone to the hospital and he is passing a kidney stone. So now to the next thing I want to show you. This is a clip from one of his last videos from last week. And he is talking about Sam from Here for the Tea. And Sam here from for the Tea was also a drama commentary channel, and she died in 2021, and her sister confirmed it online. This is what Rich has to say about that.
It was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I've shared this many times in my videos before, but going into, I believe it was 2021, I had done a lot of 12-step work, and I needed to make amends to 3 people. And those people were Paige Christie, Dustin Daly, and Sam here for the tea. And all 3 of them allowed me
Oh, Sam here for the tea. That's the biggest mother effing snake I ever seen in my life. Sam from Here for the Tea, I don't even think she died. And I tell people this all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. I think Sam Here with the Tea is still alive. And I say this because where's the receipts? Where's the obituary? Where's pictures of the grave? Where's videos of people carrying the casket? Where's the little plaque with her name on it? She got ran off the internet because Trend Mood sued her ass. Trend Mood ended up suing her ass, and she was all scared about it in the end. And that was a very vile, evil, manipulative woman. And Peter Mon was even scared about her at one point because she did him dirty too. And I told that lady she can F off because she wasn't going to control me. I did not like her. I was waiting and waiting because I was building my receipts because I was going to drop a whole expose on that ass because she was a very evil person. And my experience with her, which I'm allowed to have, just like with Peter Mon, was not a very good experience that I've had with that woman. Here for the Tea was not a nice person. and I don't think that she's dead. I want to see the receipts. If people want to prove to me that she is, show it to me, and I'll be like, okay, wow, I'm proven wrong. Damn. But yeah, she's a very evil person. I'm glad she got ran off the internet, because she did not deserve to be here on YouTube, much less on Twitter, where she did most of her dirty work. Here we go.
So yeah, that is what he said. He actually said he believes that Sam is not dead. So let's go through some Reddit posts, and of course I will let the AI voices read them to you.
Let me just put this out there. Do I think Peter had kidney stone at some point in his life? Yes. Am I convinced that Peter went to hospital and he's currently in the process of passing a painful kidney stone? No. On one video, Peter quickly lifted up his shirt to show where they injected him. Nothing was there. Nada. And I'm quite sure he'd show at least a glimpse of the hospital wristband if he could. That's just how he rolls. I'm sure he'd leave it on a while too. Does he need to show the hospital wristband? No. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. But I personally don't believe 99% of what Peter says. In order to believe that Peter is telling the truth, I'd need to see proof. Until then, I listen to stories that he tells, but I don't put much stock in them. My point is that when someone lies and or confabulates about almost everything, I can't believe them unless I see some evidence that they're telling the truth. That's just how I roll.
Ridiculous. Everyone here knows I am no fan of Peter Mon and have called him out for his lies in the past. But if you are in the hospital, in pain and stressed, the last thing on your mind would be to take videos or photos. And if he was taking footage at the hospital, a lot of people would think it's sus TBH.
The comments on Rich's video are not in support of the video. It's such a bizarre take that Peter didn't post about being in the hospital or take wristband photos. That would be so weird. This isn't a good look for Rich.
This is the most boring argument in the history of arguments. Neither had said anything shocking. Rich's big beef is Peter is lazy and his heart is no longer in drama. And Peter didn't support his crazy MN obsession. Peter's beef is Rich took it online. They both claim to have receipts but neither want to use them. The most shocking part of this go-round was Rich completely dragging a dead girl and then claim she's faking her death, when he had zero knowledge of that being true. I hope her family wasn't listening because that would have caused me to lose my mind.
Okay, that is all for today. Thank you for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.